Good morning and welcome to Newsfirst Prime Time Sunrise.
Hello there, very good morning to you. It's the 10th of March 2014. You're joining us live and direct from our Newsfirst Centre here in Colombo. I'm Sonali Wanigabadage. Now, before the headlines, just a reminder. We will be speaking to a very special guest on the show this morning. Now, this is incidentally the first time that we'll be having an in-studio guest on Primetime Sunrise, and we hope to make it a regular thing. So we start off with a look at the headlines. National Health Week commences today. Bandaranaike College, Gampa to recommence academic activities for certain grades from today. Overseas, Vietnamese authorities continue search for missing plane aboard flight MH370. Your top story making international headlines this morning. Vietnamese authorities continued their search for missing flight MH370 for the second day yesterday, so far with no success.
Boats sent from the holiday island of Phu Quoc patrol stretches of the Gulf of Thailand, where an oil slick was spotted by patrol jets just before nightfall on Saturday. Two jets and rescue boats have approached the two oil spills but didn't find any sign of the Malaysian plane. Vietnamese Admiral Nguyen Van Phat told reporters that other boats and planes are ready to provide support. Despite dozens of military and civilian vessels and aircraft crisscrossing waters beneath the lost plane's flight path, no wreckage has been found, although oil slicks have been reported in the sea south of Vietnam and east of Malaysia. The search was being extended to the west coast of the Malay Peninsula, in addition to a broad expanse of the sea between Malaysia and Vietnam. Besides the Vietnamese vessels, Malaysia and neighbouring countries have deployed 22 aircrafts and 40 ships in the search. China and the United States have sent ships to help, and Washington has also deployed a maritime surveillance plane.
National Health Week commences today. Now, the Ministry of Health stated that Health Week activities will continue until the 16th of this month. The 11th of March, that's tomorrow, has been named as Dengue Prevention Day. Now, to engage in a more comprehensive discussion on this, we have with us in the studio Director of the Central Epidemiological Unit of the Ministry of Health, Dr. Paba Palihavaddana. Good morning to you, Doctor. Thank you for joining us very early this morning. Now, what are the main reasons that we can attribute to this week being named as National Health Week?
Yes. Every year we declare a National Health Week to strengthen ongoing disease control activities and to strengthen intersectoral collaboration.
Right. What is the situation with regard to dengue? We have spoken largely on this, whether it be in media, whether it be in the legislative system. We have introduced new laws to make sure that the disease is curbed. What steps has the ministry been taking?
Yes, the ministry has been strengthening the control work, especially identification of cases, and then to start outbreak control measures if there is an outbreak, and if there are cases to clean up the area. So these are the activities we do as soon as we see a case. That is done by the Ministry of Health staff. And in addition, the patient treatment, the management of cases in hospitals. So we have strengthened the management practices and also the hospital facilities in case management.
Statistically speaking, how many cases of dengue have been reported this year, Doctor?
This year so far we have more than 5,200 cases reported.
And of these, how many have been fatal?
There were 11 deaths reported.
Right. Of course, when we speak to the public, it has to be a message to the masses. So what message can you give the masses today?
The key thing is to prevent mosquito breeding, that is to eliminate breeding sites of dengue mosquito. Those are very often it's these small containers So the entomological investigations reveal that the 60% of the breeding is taking place in discarded containers. So the main thing is to remove those containers and the breeding places where the dengue mosquito can breed.
All right, thank you very much. That was, of course, Dr. Paba Palihewadana speaking to News First. Still in local news, 3 persons have died as a result of a fire that was believed to have been started at a house in Kadasuridugama, Rajamawatha, Katharagama. Now, police media unit stated that 3 individuals, including a child, sustained injuries as a result of the incident. They are currently receiving treatment at the Karapitiya, Hambantota and Katharagama hospitals.
According to a tip-off received that a fire had erupted at around 9:20 last night, police commenced operations to douse the fire with the assistance of area residents. The police stated that upon further investigations, the charred remains of the owner of the house and his wife were discovered. A child and 3 others were reported to have sustained severe burn injuries and have been admitted to hospital. 1 person died while receiving treatment. The police added that initial police reports suggested that the house may have been set on fire due to land dispute between the landowner and his family.
Academic activities at a number of classes of Bandaranaike College in Gampaha, which was closed indefinitely, will recommence today. Now, Gampaha Zonal Education Director S.K. Mallavarachi stated that grades 6 to 9 will begin classes today accordingly. He added that the students who acted in an unruly manner, thereby causing a damage to school property, have been identified.
We informed all parents during the parents' meeting to hand over their children back to the school. Therefore, we believe the parents will follow our instructions on this. We hope to carry out discussions in this regard and take swift action to resolve this matter. Meanwhile, 3 journalists have been released on bail. Identified students together with their parents will be inquired by the police and the necessary action will be taken.
Newsfirst made inquiries into the security arrangements being made at the school, and police media spokesperson SSP Ajit Rohana had this to say.
The officers in the area have requested for security to be provided in the area. Therefore, we have taken the necessary steps to provide the security in the area. The police is also conducting necessary investigations on the stance of the future of the school. We wish to inform the necessary educational officers that the police is prepared to provide assistance at any given time.
The mother of Minister Lakshman Yapa Abewardena passed away yesterday.
Hemalata Hettiarachchi passed away after a brief illness at the Colombo residence of her eldest daughter, and her remains were taken to her residence in Makandura at 3 a.m. today. Hemalata Hettiarachchi was a mother of 4. Minister Lakshman Yapa Abewardena, Krishanta Yapa Abewardena, Deepika Yapa Abewardena and Shamali Yapa Abewardena. She was the wife of late Edwin Yapa Abewardena and passed away at the age of 86. The final rites will be held on Wednesday at the family cemetery.
A commemoration ceremony for Prophet Muhammad was held yesterday in Colombo at the Jummah Muslim Mosque.
The commemoration event was graced by the Mahasangha and was held under the auspices of Prime Minister D.M. Jayaratne. We can see that many Muslim countries around the world have resorted to violence, resulting in bloodshed, and then they run the country according to their whim and fancy. This tendency can also be seen in Sri Lanka. Attempts have been made to take out our strength, to topple the government and put their own scarecrow and destroy the nation.
Well, that wraps up our morning news bulletin. We'll catch you again at 8:55.
Hotline 0114 896 896. www.newsfirst.lk. Feedback at newsfirst.lk.